attorney, file 14038.
All right, Mr. Brooks has graciously agreed to step in today to cover for Mr. McFarland, who was scheduled to be off. So we appreciate you joining us.
Glad to help.
Very good. The rest of our parties remain engaged. So I look forward to our guardian ad litem report whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. This child had been with Grandpa in a guardianship, as you'll recall, and then the guardianship was changed into a custodial arrangement. So the child's been living with Grandpa for quite a long time, and her behavior was escalating and escalating to the point where the delinquency court was involved several times. And then when this abuse and neglect case opened, I was assigned as the lawyer at the LGAL. So I went to see her, and she is in residential placement through the abuse and neglect case, and she is in Grand Rapids. Oh, she is new at the residential, so things are new. When I was there, she'd only been to school a couple of days, but was doing really well. So it's been a week probably now, so we'll have to hear if she's still doing well in school. I looked in her room. She has her own room. She has clothes and shoes and toys and beds, bedding, and all that clean stuff. She's been having a lot of coaching with hygiene. So she's got her own basket of shampoos and soaps and all kinds of things that are her own things, and she's allowed to help shop for those things. So she's been needing some support to get her daily routine, her showers and her teeth brushed and those kinds of things. And Grandpa agrees that it was kind of hard to get her to do that at home. So she is in an environment where I believe there are 2 children to every staff person. There are 5 girls total in this semi-secure facility. She goes out to school. I don't think she's taking the bus yet when I was there, but the buses in Grand Rapids have some kind of a major challenge this year. So this child has the things that she needs. She wants to go home. She wants to not stay at this facility. She wants you to know she wants to go to her, who she perceives as her father, her mother's husband or boyfriend, but she's really close to this person. She wants to go home with him. And the day that I visited with her, she was allowed to go with one other girl and 2 staff members. They walked down the street to the library and had just got back when I was there, and there was a whole meal planned. And she sure doesn't want to be there, but they're helping her to with her daily normal routine, and she's looking forward to coming home as soon as we can possibly get her home. It's my duty to make sure we're doing discharge planning, whether it's realistic or not. She has a right to have us be prepared in case she's prepared to come home. And she's had some behavior issues there where she's at. She was kind of she's settling in. It's very new. And the counselor took a long time to tell me all about how many strengths she has and how they're on top of her about challenges, and they're teaching her the rules. And she really wants to come home, I think, is her biggest message. And the way to do that is to meet her goals there in therapy and in school. Then we'll know that she doesn't need that kind of residential placement, and we'll know that she can come home. At this point, she wants to go to her mother's boyfriend or her mother. And then she also talked about she would go home to Grandpa if she could, even to get out of the residential. So all her needs are being met in this placement. And that concludes my report, Your Honor.
Thank you. Testimony today, Ms. Thomas.
Thank you. I'll call Ms. Young.
Ms. Young, come up to our witness stand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. Have a seat.
Thank you.
Ms. Young, you are the assigned foster care worker on this case, correct?
That is correct, yes.
And for today's hearing, you did not prepare a separate court report, correct?
That is correct. We had
Okay.
one from last week.
Perfect. And were there any updates to the court report or the case service plan that you provided for last week's hearing from that hearing until today?
The only update that I have is that we had a family team meeting to kind of go over some of the things that were outlined in the court report, in the case service plan. We went to great length about some of the things that are going on with OJ up at Wedgewood. We also talked about some new allegations that got called in over the weekend and kind of safety planned a little bit based on those allegations. And the allegations specifically were not towards Grandpa. It was a statement that was made by OJ to a staff member. It was called in regards to something that had happened previously at an unknown time where she had reported that she had been hit by her mom and dad. So we discussed that. I was told by our MIC investigator to safety plan. So we've discussed kind of a safety plan where the mom and dad would not be unsupervised in that setting until further notice. And she would have supervised contact by phone or in person, and just some other safety measures while she's up at Wedgewood.
Thank you. And in the last week, has there been any change to the minor's status that would that you could confidently say there's no longer substantial risk of harm if she were to be returned to Grandpa's care and custody today?
At this time, no, there's been no changes. She's still working a program. As Ms. High stated, she's very new to the program, so she's still adjusting to the setting, the environment, everything, the rules, kind of starting to formulate her plan and goals through Wedgewood. So at this time, no, there has not been progress since last hearing.
And as relates to the case service plan for Mr. Rush, have you had the opportunity to discuss that with him?
We did, yes.
And do you believe that the one that you prepared or created for today's hearing that was submitted for the last hearing is adequate to address the barriers to reunification at this time?
At this time, yes.
And after review of it, it seems that there are some efforts put forth to, as Ms. High sort of put it, the discharge planning component of everything. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
And have there been any services that have been offered on a voluntary basis so far?
At this time, just communicating with Wedgewood, just keeping up to date with kind of what's going on with OJ's care up there, trying to set up times to do supervised contact up there or unsupervised for Mr. Rush, according to his plan. But at this time, we have not proceeded with other services other than that coordination with Wedgewood.
Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to state for the record or bring to the court's attention regarding this family or the case service plan?
Not to my knowledge. I think everything is outlined in the report, and then just any of the updates that we discussed from the FTM from earlier this week. I mean, she's, like I said, she's still adjusting to the program, so there's still a lot of things to work on her end, as well as that through the agency and coordinating kind of what her service plan is going to look like. I'm working on getting a behavioral plan, kind of some of the services that she's offering through their program, so that way I can go over those things with not just Mr. Rush, but also mom and dad in the future when we are meeting. So I'm going to try to coordinate some of those things on a monthly basis so that we're having those discharge planning meetings on a monthly basis. So
great, thank you so much for that information. Your Honor, I know that last week the court report was submitted into the record, but I would also like just to note for today's hearing purposes, we ask the court to accept the proposed case service plan as relates to Mr. Rush at this time.
Any objections?
No.
No objection.
No objection.
Thank you. I have kept actually the court report and the proposed case services plan and that singular exhibit from last week. So I do have those. I have reviewed those and they are received formally into the file. Questions for this witness, Ms. Berger?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Brooks?
How old is this child?
I believe 12, 13. I have to look and see for sure.
And at what level is she functioning at this point?
At this time, from my understanding, from prior testing, she has an IQ of about 56.
56.
Correct.
Has she been screened for fetal alcohol syndrome?
I do not know. That's something that I would have to look into. If she is not, that's definitely something that we can explore.
Does she appear to you, and she does to me, to perhaps be a victim of fetal alcohol syndrome?
I mean, I'm not an expert on that, so I cannot attest to that necessarily, but she does show some significant delays. To the extent I don't know, she would need to have that formal testing to make that diagnosis.
What kind of behavioral problems is she exhibiting at this facility?
From my understanding, because I'm also dealing with another youth that's also in that facility, there's a lot of calls that I get in regards to both of the youth. So in regards to OJ, the specific behaviors is antagonizing, encouraging self-harm, stealing belongings, verbally and physically kind of going after some of the staff, some of the youth. So she's got a lot of aggressive behaviors that they're working on. They're trying to come up with a plan as well to safeguard other kids, kind of making sure that they know where she's at all times and ensuring that, you know, everybody's safe and from any of the aggressive behaviors. So they are, you know, diligently working on that with all the staff.
Are they equipped or are they malleable to the suggestion of screening her for fetal alcohol syndrome?
I don't think their staff is equipped to do it, but it would be more of a professional outside of their organization that would be providing that screening. And that's something that we could look into as far as that, like psychological testing and the doctor himself providing that. There is a doctor that I've worked with previously that's in that area. Absolutely, I'll look into that.
And when did she go into this facility?
She went on October 4th following the initial removal hearing.
Today is what, the 27th? I
26th.
think. October 27th. That's all, thank you.
Has Ms. Johnson had a trauma assessment?
Not to my knowledge, not yet.
All right, because I know sometimes in those assessments, we see recommendations to further explore issues like FASD. So perhaps that's something else that could potentially be explored for.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any questions, Ms. Heiss?
The family team meeting, do you have a report that I could review?
I have not had a chance to formally type it up and send it out yet, but I am working on doing it. I was dealing with another placement. So as soon as I have a chance, I will get that sent out.
Okay, that's my only question. Thank you so much.
Any redirect, Ms. Thomas?
I do not have any questions. Thank you.
Any other witnesses today?
Not for purposes of disposition. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your testimony. Yeah. Anyone you'd like us to hear from today, Ms. Berger?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Brooks?
Briefly, the child.
Very good. All right, Ms. Jessica Johnson, I'll try to make sure the camera can let you see Mr. Brooks clearly. You are. Go ahead.
Odessa, how old are you?
13,
Okay. And what grade are you in school?
8,
Okay. I understand you don't like it there, is that right?
yeah,
And how long have you been there?
3 weeks,
It feels like longer, right? That was a yes.
yeah,
What is there about the place that you don't like?
being with my real dad.
I'm sorry, couldn't understand what you said.
Being with my real dad is the place I hate.
I understood staying in your room. Is that what you said?
Can I offer assistance?
Sure, what's your name?
My name is Scott Peterson. I'm her residential clinician at Wedgwood.
Okay,
She stated being with her real dad is what she hates.
Being with your real dad is what you hate. Well, your real dad is not there, is he?
No,
Well, what I was asking was, what do you dislike about the place you're in? Grand Rapids.
I just don't like being here because all screaming and yelling from the other kid. I just don't
Do you
feel
think,
safe here because I almost got beaten up yesterday from another student. She was about to punch me and she had my bubble and then there was another student that wanted to hit me and that's why I don't like this place.
you don't feel safe there?
Yeah,
You're agreeing with my statement, or you do feel safe there?
I don't feel safe here.
Is there anything else you'd like the court to know?
I want to be with my grandpa.
Is that the man sitting next to me?
Yes.
I have nothing further.
anyone else have questions for Ms. Odessa?
No.
No, Your Honor.
Oh, thank you for sharing with us, Odessa.
You're welcome.
Anyone else you'd like us to hear from, Mr. Brooks?
Briefly, Grandpa.
Very good. All right. Mr. Rush, would you like to come to our witness stand?
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Why don't you step, sir?
Line, Nancy.
Sir, what's your position on all this? How do you feel about it?
Oh, I wish he was back with me, but due to the physical aggression that she's given me before, I'm trying to get her somewhere where she can get help with controlling her anger and, you know, try to be a better child for instead of being so aggressive.
Are you having difficulties controlling her in your home?
Yes,
So would it be fair to assume that based on what you've said, that you agree that she needs to be here, at least in this facility, at least for a time?
yes, if she can get the help that she needs.
I have no further questions. Thank you.
Any other questions for this witness?
No.
No.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything else you want to say today?
I just wish she could get the help that she needs. I know she don't like staying there because she doesn't know family members that are close by. And then I haven't been able to go up and see her because of my back issues, but I went for an injection this morning and hopefully I'll be able to make that trip to go up and see her, you know, because it's the distance and sitting in one place for so long bothered me the most, but hopefully I can get that taken care of where I can go up and visit and, you know, hopefully have her have a better time there where she can, you know, learn to control herself better.
So I've looked at the case services plan, excuse me. And part of what I think they're going to be asking you to do is do some parenting classes so that you can gain some additional skills to help help you deal with some of the behaviors that Odessa exhibits. Are you prepared to?
Yes.
Okay. Now, did you have any other questions or concerns about the case services plan that was developed?
No, I don't.
I
I
have
just want
another
to do
question.
whatever I can in order to help her. So I got to take parenting classes, counseling, whatever I gotta do to help myself deal with the, her, problems.
Okay.
If I may,
Yes.
is this child the offspring of your son or your daughter?
No, my daughter.
Your Honor, yes, and I would object to any progress today on the record regarding paternity, if we could do that at another time. I think
It's
it's-
not the direction I'm going. I'm not interested in it. Is your daughter an alcoholic?
Not to my knowledge.
All right, thank you.
Any other questions based on my questions or Mr. Brooks's questions?
No.
None.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you for your testimony. You may return to your seat.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Ms. Heiss, was there anybody you wanted to hear from today?
No witnesses, thank you.
Very good. Comments then, Ms. Thomas?
Thank you, Your Honor. For purposes of disposition, we would ask that you accept the case service plan into the record and order Mr. Rush into it. Am I frozen?
No?
Okay, sorry, everyone on my
No.
screen is wanted to make sure. And we would just ask for his review hearing to be set with moms. Thank you.
Ms. Berger, any comments?
Thank you, Judge. We were able to complete a family team meeting. I've been able to talk to my client a couple of times, and he is eager to get services done and hopefully get his granddaughter back in the home.
I have the case services plan that was submitted on the 20th into the record. Is this the case services plan that you would like me to consider for your client today?
It is.
All right. Okay. Any comments, Mr. Brooks?
An IQ of 56, which is what I heard, is an alarmingly low IQ score. If this young lady has to endure institutionalization against her will, which appears to be what's going on, I'd like to know what caused that level of incapacity. My first instinct, as the court now knows, is fetal alcohol syndrome. Perhaps there are effective mediating factors that can be used to make that better. If that's not it, I would like to know why that IQ is so low. And once you get below 70, you're in rarefied atmosphere. And we are apparently well below 70.
Appreciate your advocacy on behalf of your client. I know Ms. Young may have access to some of the CMH records as well, which would have, I'm sure, examined some of the causes for that. She had an IEP at school and some other things as well. So if you end up staying on the case and giving Mr. McFarland a wave goodbye on it, I'm sure Ms. Young would be happy to forward you any information that she has on that point. And I'll leave it to you to settle that with him.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Heiss?
No closing today, thank you.
Very well. Well, the court finds all parties were given notice for purposes of today's dispositional hearing, which is primarily on Mr. Rush's participation in this case. As the primary caretaker and custodian of the child at the time that she entered residential and of course the jurisdiction of the court. I just want to say I appreciate that you want to continue to be involved in your granddaughter's life and that you're willing to do what you need to do to create a safe environment for her and to support her recovery so that she can also be safe in your life. It will be the order of the court that the case services plan be adopted to look at, to offer you those supports and to ask you to engage in those efforts to help with her rehabilitation. Ms. Odessa Mae Johnson is in the safest and least restrictive environment for her. She has spent some time in the Morris Spear campus on and off, which was not equipped to handle someone with her limitations. So very grateful that Mr. Peterson and the staff where she is now has some training and background that they need in order to better assist her. I know that there appear to be some initial issues happening with one of the other residents. But I would just encourage Odessa Mae to do her best and to use it as a learning experience so that when she's confronted at home or in our community, she can maybe use some of those skills to prevent her own reactions that get her into trouble. So she will remain in her residential placement pending our next hearing. We have outstanding in this case what will be happening with her biological father. But the biological mother is under the court's jurisdiction, as is now Mr. Gregory Rush. And those two supports are in place, and those case services plans will be both reevaluated, and the progress of each, including Ms. Odessa, will be reviewed Wednesday, January 10th at 3:00 p.m. I do find all of our representatives to be in satisfaction of their obligations by statute, court rule, and otherwise. So thank you all for your efforts and for coming. And unless there's any questions, that's all on this case for today.